Well, speaking of out of nowhere, J. Cole said he's the greatest of all time off of features alone. You got an article or you got what? What you got for us?
I have an article, but he said it, and we know he said it. Um,
Well, but what does your article say? Maybe they
I don't have an
support or
article.
oh, you don't have an
What?
article. Hold on.
No,
I thought you said you do have an article. I'm sorry.
no. I didn't think we needed an article for this. He
Well,
said he
Cole
said
said
it.
it,
He says
but
it in the song.
yeah,
But what
but
is?
we.
I'm
All right, go ahead.
okay.
So what you think? Go ahead, hit him.
I don't think you get to say that about yourself.
What, that you're the GOAT? All of them call themselves the GOAT. Is that not the big three thing?
I don't know.
Come on, talk about it.
I just don't think you get to go yourself like that. I really don't.
Okay.
I think it's fine to talk your shit, but I also don't think that you get to make that decision.
Hmm.
So you could say it. You could feel it in your bones. You could tell everybody about it. You could talk about it in an interview. You could say it on a song. But I don't think it's real until you're knighted by not only the greats but also the fans.
I mean, is that not already happening?
Is that the thing? Is it does listen, I say all the time, like I don't I don't listen to them as heavy as most people do. I'm more I'm honest with everybody about the fact that I love hip hop, but I don't know every single J. Cole song or every single J. Cole feature. Like I've never claimed to be that.
Mm.
But is that what you tell me? Like is that what people think? Is that the consensus?
That J. Cole is the GOAT?
Because of features, off of features alone. Isn't that what this is about?
That's what he said. The GOAT just from features. I think it is a witty thing to say. I think it is a great talking point, especially because I assume that this was done after he apologized for dissing Kendrick.
Mhm.
I assume this is after the Drake and Kendrick beef. And so, yes, this is a good way to get me back in the conversation of who's the greatest. Um, I don't think features make you the greatest. Um, the problem with a statement like this is greatest of all time is subjective. And
No,
so,
so you don't get that off of features.
oh yeah, I agree. I don't think,
Hmm.
I mean, you could say who's the best feature artist. Like, I think Scarface is one of the best people to ever do features in rap history. I don't think that's a hard thing to figure out. I think it's pretty clear that when Scarface does features, which he's done a ton of them from Pac to
Mhm.
Jay-Z to everyone in between. I think it's clear that when Scarface does a feature, you're getting a very specific type of Scarface and he's going to hit it out the park. People say this generation, it's Andre 3000. All the work he's done with features, especially since quote unquote retiring from rap. People say if you got an Andre 3000 feature, it's spectacular. Um,
But that
and so,
is but and people also say that Andre 3000 is a goat. But I don't think people think that Andre 3000 is a goat simply off of the features. I think it's all encompassing, you
oh yeah,
know?
I agree.
No, I know you agree. I'm just saying, like, I'm making the point not necessarily to you, but to J. Cole, where it's like, one, I don't think that you get to. I don't think you get to to tell us that you are. And then the other
I
thing
mean, the
is,
term only exists because LL Cool J did that,
sure, but
which I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying
the kids know, but GOAT comes from LL Cool
from
J.
LL, yeah, that's yeah, that I know,
Yeah.
but
But but he deemed himself the GOAT.
sure, but
So
Goat has
go
it's
ahead.
evolved. I just feel like it's evolved.
I
I
think
feel
it's
like it's.
devolved.
I think that's actually a better way to say it. I think it's devolved, and the fact that it has it doesn't, because the fact that a rapper, a hip hop artist would 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 say what J. Cole said, and that be like, I don't think it's a flex. Sorry. I think that's where I'm at with it. I don't think it's a flex. I think that to be goaded is to be all of those things. I think that's why LL be sitting up there laughing
At the kids.
at the kids. 'Cause talking about, like, when LL was talking his shit, he wasn't just saying he was a great feature artist. And honestly, this feels very much like J. Cole selling himself short. If I could be honest,
Oh no,
like,
I don't think that's what this is.
I think he's trying to talk his shit, but I think he sold himself short in indirectly. Like, he didn't mean to, but to me it's like, okay, that's great, but to your point, there's plenty more people who could kill features and have killed every feature or almost every feature they've been on. Like, okay,
I think what
but
he's
like, that's
saying,
not the thing that makes you a goat.
nah, and that's why I say he's not looking at it the way you are. Cole is saying, I'm the greatest, even if you only count my features.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah, so he's not doing what you said. He is super bragging, if I don't know a better term to use, but he is ridiculously bragging about his skill level. I just think it's a silly thing to say, and I think what this really is a reach to get yourself back in the conversation after you made an ass of yourself and apologized. Now, sure, hindsight is 2020. If we look back and see what Kendrick did during the battle, perhaps it is better that Cole bowed out and got out of Dodge. But you kind of made yourself look silly, and that goat shit. A lot of people, including myself, feel like we don't want to hear that no more. You removed yourself from the conversation, and so a lot of the tough talk or the big braggadocious shit, you kind of messed yourself up. You shot yourself in the foot. And so I think this is just a way of getting back in the conversation of saying, hey, don't forget about my resume. I think that's what this is. And I don't think it works. I think it's a reach. And let me be clear for the people who may just have stumbled upon this video upon YouTube and have never seen me talk about J. Cole before. I love J. Cole. I'm a huge J. Cole fan. I probably know every J. Cole record that exists. I love J. Cole, but the facts are the facts. He did what he did. He publicly apologized. And so, yeah, you can't walk around saying all the super fly things about being number one and being better than everyone when you kind of had the opportunity to prove that and you tucked it in and ran away.
Yeah. Okay.
Is J. Cole amazing on features? Absolutely. I mean, since like, I think the first feature we really like started this run on was him on Royce 5 Nine's project a couple years back. It's been years of just great feature after great feature after great feature. But I don't want to hear GOAT talk from J. Cole anymore. I don't want to hear the best out talk from J. Cole anymore. And I think let the work speak for itself at this point. It's great work. You always do amazing, spectacular work, but let the work speak for itself maybe for a little while.
And let me be clear. I like J. Cole. I may not be I may not be a J. Cole connoisseur. I may not be able to recite every recite all of his quotable lyrics or anything like that. And I'm not, because I feel like you spoke to the people in the comments, but I feel like sometimes the people in the comments try to check me for what I don't know. I am clear on what I don't know, and I'm not trying to disrespect him as a rapper, as a hip hop artist. I don't think of him as the bottom of the barrel by any means. I feel like I know more recent J. Cole than I know J, J. Cole's beginnings, and
Okay.
I think that's where it diverts for me and people who have been fans of him since the very beginning. But I think it's okay to say like, nah. I wish that. Listen, I get it. I understand, and I did look it up too. I know LL Cool J, and I know Goat, and obviously, I I know a lot about LL Cool J. I probably know more of LL Cool J's music than I do
I would
J.
think so.
Cole's.
Yeah, I would think so.
So yes, and LL Cool J got, while he created the acronym. What is wrong with me? The acronym
You just think about Tyler Perry movies.
acrimony. While he created the acronym, he got it from Muhammad Ali, who was
Okay,
speaking
yes,
about
that's true.
himself as
Yes,
the greatest of all time.
right.
And I just feel like my point here was the greatest of all time is all encompassing. You don't
I
get to
agree.
take a piece of the thing and call yourself a goat. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right.
I don't think, and I do think that the term has changed. So
Yeah.
I don't know if J. Cole, I don't know that I feel like J. Cole gets to come to us and say, I'm the GOAT, especially after you said what you said. You, after you said what you said about him taking himself out of the game. And
Yeah.
he did. And then you can't turn around and say, hey, I deserve a championship ring.
When you bowed out the game,
When you bowed out the game, you walked off the court.
I'm gonna
You don't
take
get
my
to do
ball and
that.
go.
Rest in peace to Kevin Mutombo. You don't get to do that. You don't get to walk off the court. That's not how it works. That's not how the game works. And don't tell me no shit. I know basketball. I do. You don't get to do that. You don't get to just throw in the towel and then come back and tell everybody you're the best. That's not how that works. Because the best doesn't quit.
Except that one guy with the 23 that then changed to the 45 and then went back to the 23.
But he got his rings, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's my point. Like you didn't even give us an opportunity to give you your flowers. You didn't even give us the like you could have stayed in the game and we would have been talking about maybe we would have been talking about how you are the GOAT.
All right.
And when you came on the track now in October 2024, we all would have been like, man, he said it. He talked this shit. Cause you know what? I hate to do it, but the reason why Kendrick is riding high is because Kendrick talked his shit and then continued to talk his shit and then continued to play his shit. And y'all loved it. Y'all ate it up. Y'all thought it was great.
It was great.
It was great. He's doing the Super Bowl next year.
It was great.
It is what it is.
I think today the GOAT thing just means great. I think they forget about the of all time part. I think GOAT today is greatest of right now.
And I don't like that.
Um,
I don't like that. That's why I don't agree with
and I
it.
think like
Like genius.
people say, I think it means legend. I think it means icon today because I've even heard people say, "Oh, Robert Downey Jr. has been goated," and I'm like,
By who?
It's this he did a great job playing Iron Man. I totally agree, but You don't get to be the greatest of all time just because you were Iron Man. Um,
Honestly, what did LL think?
so
Because LL is the person I'm looking for to answer this question.
he said greatest of all time.
No, I'm just saying, what does LL think? If LL thinks it's true, I'm with it. If
Oh,
LL
about
comes
Cole
out
and
and
them?
says J. Cole is the
Go,
greatest,
LL thinks he's the greatest of all time.
right? And I also think
Still,
LL would. I think LL would laugh at this. To be honest, I don't.
he already
I'm
has. He's
I'm
done
sure
press
he
about it.
thinks that J. Cole is fine, right? But I'm sure he. I also think that he would laugh at this because he would be like, "Y'all just." I think he would see it as a shortcut, but that's it. That's just me.
Well,
That's just
I'm
me.
not
I
gonna
know
look it
that's
up
not the way he
actually,
meant it,
but
but
can leave it to the people to do so.
oh yeah, they're gonna have fun with this one when this gets clipped up.
I don't care, whatever, man.
Yeah, we'll chat about it. That's what we're
Right.
here for.
That is what we're
So
here for.
so leave a comment and tell us if you think that J. Cole is a goat off of
But see,
features.
a GOAT is also my problem.
Yep.
There
Yep.
is
Because
no a greatest of all time.
but
There's
that's
only
where
the greatest of all
but that's
time.
what it's devolved to.
And that's my
That is
problem.
precisely what it's devolved to
Yeah,
because
but then you could be a GOAT, and I could be a GOAT, and the ring light could be a GOAT, and this couch could be a GOAT, and
I
your
mean really
plant
is
could
why
be a
everybody's
GOAT,
going to
and
go yoga.